Well, hello and welcome to this exercise on numerical reasoning. It's a puzzle question, typical of functional mathematics type question. Now, this solution was suggested by my daughter, and I think it's as good as any, really. Now, it says at a club, I had to pay £1 entrance fee. I also gave the courtroom attendant a £1 tip each evening as I left the club, that is. Now, at the club, I played games on the fruit machine. Now, each day for 4 days, I lost half of the money I had before I started to play. I went home, that's on the fourth day, that is, I went home with £1. How much did I start with? Okay, now, the there is a bit of a basic algorithm here, and I got a table here, and we need to know the sequence of events here. So first you've got arrival, and then you pay the entrance fee, and then he played games, and then he tipped the courtroom assistant attendant, and finally he had a balance with which he went home for the day. So this last row here is the balance at the end of the day, or what he had in his pocket at the end of the day. Anyway, starting with what we know that on the as he went home on day 4, he had only £1 left. And then of course before he goes home, he has to pick up his coat, and during which time he had to tip the courtroom attendant with £1. So in effect, after playing his game there, he had £2 left. Okay, and we know that the amount he went in with to play the game at the beginning, to play the game, he had if he had £4, for instance, he spent £2 on games, so he had £2 left, and the £2, £1 for the coach room, and £1 he took home with him. So on the fourth day, in the games room, he had £4. But of course, he had to pay an entrance fee of £1 before he could get into the club. So on arrival on day 4, he had 4 plus £1. So he had £5 on arrival on day 4. Now, this then means that at the end of day 3, he had just £5 in his pocket. Now, before he went home on day 3, he would have tipped the courtroom assistant back with £1, and 1 plus 5 is £6. So £6 is half of the money he went in with to play the game on day 3. So £6 is half of 12. So on day 3, he had £12, and he spent 6 of those playing games. And of course, he had to pay an entrance fee of £1. So on day 3, he arrived at the club with 12 plus 1, which is £13. At the end of day 2, he had £13 in his pocket. Or I had £13 in my pocket. And before I went home, I had to pick up my coat, and I tipped the coat attendant with £1, which is £14 now. And £14 is half of the amount of money I had in the games room at the start. So which means that in the games room, I had £28 to start with on day 2, out of which I spent £14. And of course, I had to pay an entrance fee of £1. So at the beginning of day 2, I had £29. And of course, £29 then becomes what I took home with me at the end of day 1. So at the end of day 1, I had £29. And as usual, I paid the courtroom attendant a tip of £1. So that's £30. This £30 is half of what I had in the courtroom before I started to play my game. So in effect, if you double 30, you get 60. So when I went to play the game, I had £60 with me, £30 of which I spent, and I've got £30 left over. And of course, I had to pay £1 entrance fee. So at the beginning of this sequence of events, I had 61 pounds. I hope the algorithm made some sense, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching, and bye bye now.